WHO is going to establish a classical totalitarian structure and wants to make sure that the value of the national constitutions become zero. And if you analyze well these international health regulations, you will find 5 elements that show that very clear. Number 1, there's a mechanism of self-empowerment that already exists today, but which will be enlarged to a horrible extent. It will be even more simple than until today for one person, the general director, to declare a public health emergency of international concern. Second element, all what WHO will publish under the title of recommendations will become mandatory. Number 3, fundamental rights. With such a regime where you have one person declaring emergency law, having all the power to make recommendations that are legally binding, you don't have to even discuss about human fundamental rights. There will be no effective protection on the country level for fundamental human rights. Number 4 is specifically frightening because as human beings and trying to pursue the ideals of the Enlightenment, we depend on the right information. Now, in both of these instruments, in the new pandemic treaty and in the amended health regulations, we have both provisions that clearly say WHO shall be the only sole institution on the planet that will be allowed to define what is the truth in health matters, including censorship. And the 5th point is that there's no mechanism of correction. There's no mechanism of control vis-à-vis WHO that could correct any wrong recommendation or a wrongly declared public health emergency of international concern. No, they can just go on forever and forever. And all of this, of course, we know, it is done in the interest not of our health, but in the interest of those sponsors who define the true strategy behind it. Now, it doesn't take a study of law to come to the conclusion that this will heavily affect and reduce the ordinary structure of our constitutions actually to a minimum. There will be no separations of powers. There will be no checks and balances. This principle of the rule of law will be as abolished and replaced by the rule of emergencies. And most notably, there will be no human